Okay. Good afternoon. Today is September the 5th, and we are on Proverbs, the fifth chapter. Fifth chapter. Keep in mind as we read the fifth chapter that Solomon was married to 700 women and had 300 women given to him as gifts. So, yeah, given to him as gifts, pretty much, or women he chose as gifts. So that's 1,000 women. So when Solomon speaks, or the proverb speaks about relationships, I think he's learned a few things from his, even from mistakes, and really substantially from some mistakes he made. So here we go, Proverbs 5. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Listen carefully to my wise counsel. Then you will show discernment, and your lips will express what you've learned. For the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey. Her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. For she cares nothing about the path of life. She staggers down a crooked trail and doesn't realize it. So now, my son, listen to me. Never stray from what I'm about to say. Stay away from her. Don't go near the door of her house. If you do, you will lose your honor, and you will lose to merciless people all who have achieved. Strangers will consume your wealth, and someone else will enjoy the fruit of your labor. In the end, you will groan in anguish when disease consumes your body. You will say, "How I hated discipline! If only I had ignored all the warnings. Oh, why didn't you listen to my teachers? Why didn't I pay attention to instructors? I have come to the brink of utter ruin, and now I must face public disgrace. Drink water from your own well. Share your love only with your wife. Why spill the water of springs in the streets, having sex with just anyone? You should reserve it for yourselves. Never share it with strangers. Let your wife be the fountain of blessing for you. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. She is a laving deer, a graceful doe. Let her breast satisfy you always. May you always be captivated by her love. Why be captivated, my son, by an immoral woman, or fondle the breasts of a promiscuous woman? For the Lord sees clearly what a man does, examining every path. There's that word again, path, he takes. And every man is held captive by his own sins. There are ropes that catch and hold him. He will die for lack of self-control, and he will be lost because of his great foolishness. This is chapter 5 of Proverbs. A couple observations. Of course, this is a Proverbs written about physical relationships, sex before marriage or sex outside of marriage, which I said at the beginning that Solomon had an enormous amount of experience, and he made some tremendous mistakes with women. The same could be said for men. So this is not an attack against women. You can reverse everything that was said about women, and be warned about promiscuous men. It just happens to be his experience was with women. A few verses here just to kind of reference. Drink water from your own well, verse 15. Share the love only with your wife. You know, we are called to enjoy in a marriage relationship, a relationship between husband and wife. It shouldn't be dull. It shouldn't be mundane. It shouldn't be boring. You can enjoy a healthy relationship with in marriage, regardless of how long you've been married. You can enjoy one another. So it is a lie of our culture that says that one person or a couple can't be faithful to each other. Over the years, my wife and I have been married for 4 decades. We still enjoy the company of one another. So enjoy your marriage, enjoy your monogamous relationship. The other observation I like to make in verse 23, he will die for the lack of self-control. You know, having an undisciplined life or living an undisciplined life not only impacts, excuse me, it can impact your finances, it can impact your peace, it can impact your health. Living an undisciplined life can end your life before it's time. So, although options may be presented, although paths may present themselves, it is always best to live a disciplined life, a life of honor. So that's what I take from chapter 5 of Proverbs. Feel free to comment or list any verses that stand out to you in this chapter. Please share, tag, invite others. Feel free to leave a comment as we read through Proverbs during the month of September and just share just some wisdom, because wisdom is a pathway. Wisdom is a pathfinder. It will help us find our way. It will help us navigate life and circumstances. And Proverbs is full of wisdom, and so it's a worthy read. And I'm excited to just share it with those who are following along with me. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow, chapter 6. Have a great rest of your day.